Hello everyone. Today's story is another fable by Aesop. We had one before, and a fable is a sort of teaching story. And this one is about a lion and a mouse. Now, a long time ago, there was a lion who lived in the jungle. The king of the beasts, he was known as. But just because you're king, or more important than other people possibly, or bigger than other people or animals, doesn't mean to say you can't be kind and pleasant. This Lion King was not. He was very aware of his position and he thought he was so above everyone else. One evening, the elephant, who really was above nearly everyone else, apart from the giraffe maybe, was on his way to the water hole, and he stopped and he asked the lion if he would like to accompany him. And the lion said, "Why on earth would I want to do that? I don't want to come down to the water hole with you, great big lumbering creature. No, thank you." "All right," said the elephant, and off he went down to the water hole on his own. So the elephant was not a great friend of the lion, that particular lion anyway. Then there were the parrots, the noisy, squawky, colourful parrots. We've got quite a lot of parrots in Putney, don't we? We've got the green ones. These were all different colours. And they would fly over the lion's head and put on displays of colour, and they're flying, and the lion would say, "Go away. I can't be bothered with you noisy creatures. Shoo! Off with you." "All right," said the parrots, and they went to another part of the jungle. There were also the monkeys, and the monkeys loved to swing in the trees and collect their bananas, and when there was a really good crop of bananas, they would offer some to the lion. "What on earth would I want with bananas?" he'd say. "Go away. Can't be bothered with you. You're all too chitter-chatter, noisy things. Go away." So over the years, over the weeks, the months, yes, the years, the lion wasn't very popular and he was kind of on his own. Anyway, one afternoon he was having a snooze and something woke him up. It was a little mouse running over one of his paws. And with the other paw he put out his claws and he trapped the mouse as if in a cage. And he looked down at this little creature who was trembling and looking up at the great mouth of the lion. And the little mouse said, "Oh, please, Mr. Lion, don't eat me." And the lion said, "Eat you? Why would I eat you? You're far too small to be anything but a crumb to me. No, I'll not eat you. I might just play with you. I might just hurt you. I don't think I'll bother eating you." And the mouse said, "Oh, please don't do that, Mr. Lion. You never know. You never know. I might come in handy. I might be useful to you in days or months or weeks to come." And the lion laughed. The very thought of this pathetic, puny little thing being of any use to him, the king of the beasts, he was laughing so much that he put up his paw and off went the mouse. Now it just so happened that there were two hunters in that part of the jungle, and they were looking for a large lion to put in a cage and to take back to their homeland and sell to a circus owner, where the lion would be kept in a cage and taught to do tricks with the use of a whip. And they'd been following this particular lion, and they were lying in wait behind some bushes. And when the lion was relaxing in the sun, one of the hunters took his gun and he fired a dart. He didn't kill the lion. No. He just fired a sleeping dart at the lion, who felt something landing. He thought it was just an insect probably stinging him. And then he felt very sleepy and off he went to sleep, a deep, deep, dreamless sleep. out from their hiding place came the two hunters, and they had a huge net, a very strong net made of thick cord. And because of the time of day, they didn't have the cage with them to put the lion in. So what they thought they would do was they'd cover the lion in the net, secure it all the way around, and then come back the next morning with the cage to put the lion in, and possibly some helpers. So very quietly they spread the net out, and with strong pegs they pegged it all the way around the lion, and then they left for the evening. Early the next morning the lion woke up and was going to have a stretch, but he couldn't. He couldn't lift his head. He couldn't lift any of his legs. And he realised that he was captured. There was a net, a strong, strong net, pinning him to the ground. And he started to roar. The elephant heard the roaring. What's he wanting, he wondered. Well, he might want to accompany me to the waterhole, but I'm going on my own. I don't want the company of that lion, that stuck-up lion. So the elephant carried on with her day. The parrots were flying overhead in another part of the jungle, and they heard this sad, plaintive roar from the lion. They thought it was quite funny. Oh, he's trying to sing like us, they said, as he squawked and swirled and spiraled in the sky. The monkeys were also close by, close enough to hear the roaring, but they weren't going to go and see the lion. Oh, you'd just be wanting to be rude to us again, they thought. The only one who heard and came to the lion was the mouse. "What's the matter, lion?" said the mouse, although it was pretty obvious what was the matter, as there was this big net over the lion. I've been trapped by hunters. Look what they've done to me. I've got to get away. I've got to escape, but I can't." "Oh, that's all right. I'll help you," said the mouse. Oh, if it wasn't so pathetic, the lion would have laughed uproariously, but he just sort of let out a whimper and put his head down and closed his eyes. The little mouse started to nibble at the thick cords of the net, and he worked steadily round all the cords, so he didn't nibble right the way through, but he nibbled a lot of the way through the cords. So when he'd finished, he said, "Right, lion, stretch out now, try to stand up." And the lion looked at the mouse, thought, "Oh, I'll humour him," and he put each paw firmly on the ground and tried to arch his back, and he did. All the cords broke and the net was in pieces. The lion was free. The lion looked at the mouse and then ran in one direction, and the mouse ran in the other, just in time, because from round the corner came the two hunters with a big cage and helpers to get the lion into the cage and take him away from the jungle. They scratched their heads. The lion had gone. The net was in pieces. How had he done that? Oh well, there were other lions. The two hunters took the cage back onto the lorry, and with their helpers they left the area. A few days later, the lion was back in position, sitting in the sun, when the mouse came along. And the mouse said, "Hello, King Lion, you all right?" And the lion said, "Yes, I am, thanks to you. And I do owe you a great debt of gratitude. And I'm very sorry that I underestimated you. Just because you're little doesn't mean you're not huge of heart and big in courage. And I want to say thank you. And while I'm at it, I'm going to speak to the elephant and to the parrots and to the monkeys and just hope that they will forgive me for how badly I've behaved. Thank you, little mouse. you've taught me a very valuable lesson. Small is to be valued. And that's the story of the Lion and the Mouse, based on a fable by Aesop. All right, everyone, well, that's it for another day, and hope you're still enjoying being at home, enjoying this lovely weather, and I'll see you very soon. Bye. There we go. Bye, everyone.